Welcome to Energise Coaching. Here we're going to take a look at the plate-loaded angled leg press. And here we're going to be trying to bias the quads, which are the big muscles at the front of the legs. Okay, now there's a couple of considerations regarding setup to bias the quads. Firstly, the back support. We want that as low as possible. The higher we bring that, the more hip flexion we get and the more glutes we're going to use. So we want that right down to minimize hip flexion and maximize knee flexion. Okay, the second consideration is with regard to foot placement, and we want the feet reasonably low on the platform and about hip width apart. So we've got good alignment between ankles, knees and hips. Now, like I say, the lower down that foot plate we can place the feet, the more knee flexion we're going to get. Now, you have to be very, very careful though, that if you go too low, you'll find at the bottom of the movement, the heels start to come off the plate. Okay, so we want to take it as low as you can go, but high enough to keep your ankles in close contact with that foot plate. Okay, these side supports go out, and then you're going to grip these handles hard at the side. Now we pull the pelvis into the seat here, and that's going to really help stabilize the hips as you lower that weight towards you. Okay, so again, here's a few reps. Let's see how this goes. We're trying to get as deep as physically possible to maximize that angle of knee flexion and then drive back up. So again, we're looking in that bottom position for as much knee flexion as possible. And we're trying to stop the hips rounding on the bench. We want to keep them stable. Okay, tempo-wise, we're looking for control here. So on the way down where the quad fibers are lengthening, we're counting down nice and slow, usually about 3 or 4 seconds. We're going to pause at the bottom to kill any momentum or inertia, and then we're trying to drive that foot plate away from us through muscle activation of the quads. So there's a split second pause at the bottom and a drive. Being very careful not to lock the knees out at the top. I don't want to lock the knees out because that weight's then going to be putting pressure through the knee. So we're keeping a very, very slight flex in the knee at the top. Okay, 2 more. And then those supports come in to take the plate. Okay, so that is a quad biased angled leg press.